What is up, math superstars? In this edition of Mr. Peterson Presents, I'm bringing to you Objective 0.1. This is our decimal review for the beginning of the year. So this is part 2, how to write and say a decimal. So now we're given this number here, and we're going to write this in word form. And so we're given these digits, 1, 1, a decimal point, 4, 5. So our very first step here is we're going to look at the numbers to the left of our decimal. And so that's the easy part. So we're going to write that down as 11. And then we see our decimal point. When we write that down, that is the word and. And then we have two digits to the right of the decimal. So we have two different place values here. And so we can write this. So we start with our 4. The 4 is in the tenths place. So we can put and 4 tenths. Spelling does count. So here's the spelling for it right here. And then we have a second place value, which is our hundredths. And we have 5 of those there. So we have 5 hundredths. There's the spelling for hundredths. So there's one way we can write this. Or what we can do is now we can write this and combine the tenths and the hundredths place to shorten this phrase out. And so once again, we're going to start to the left. So we can write this as 11. We use the word and for our decimal place, for decimal point. And then we can write this as 45. And we use the last place value, hundredths. So now it is your turn here. We're given a number. Here are the digits. 1, 2, 0, decimal point, 6, 7. So go ahead and write this number now in word form. So here we go. We're going to start with everything to the left of the decimal. It's probably where you started at. So we're given the number 120. So let's go ahead and write that out. So 120. And then we have a decimal point. So the word we use for a decimal point is and. And now we look at everything to the right of our decimal. And so here we have 6 tenths. And then we also have 7 hundredths. So that's the really long way to write it. Or we can write it out as 120 and 20. We have a decimal place, decimal point. So we use the word and. And then we can combine the tenths and the hundredths place. And so we know that is 67. And we're going to use the last place value that is there. So we're going to use hundredths.